Okay, here we go, man. All right, y'all, back again. Back again, home today. So, man, we're just gonna kick it and talk, and you know how we do. Got a few people in here already. What's going on, Robert Henry? Stam at MC. Two Beasts, what's up? All right, so y'all see the topic today, man. We talked about the fights yesterday, how they played out, what went down, but I want to kind of discuss retirement. With these fighters, like who needs to retire, who doesn't need to retire. Um, I want to talk about that pertaining to Carolina and Angela Hill, and then, of course, I want to talk about Tecia Torres. What's next for Tecia? She definitely looked good. I know she looked good against somebody that she's beat before. She's on a 3-fight winning streak. So I want to just discuss, like, what else can she improve on to get back into that top level of the strawweights? Like, can she get up there? I mean, Tecia, I got to give a lot of credit, man. She's definitely one of the toughest strawweights out there, man. If not the toughest. And when I say toughest, man, like, that doesn't mean the smartest or the best, but, Tecia's definitely up there. Definitely. Like, mentally tough. I mean, physically tough, though. All right, let's see. What else we going to talk about? I'm just chilling today. Just chilling, laid back today, day off. Okay, got about 11 people in here, so yeah, we might as well get to talking. All right. What else? Juliana Pena. Let's talk about Juliana Pena a little bit, man. Interim fight. Juliana Pena got an interim. She said she won an interim fight if Nunes doesn't come back in December. I don't know. Is that risky? What's up? What you think? But let's backtrack here, man. Yesterday, I know when I was on my live stream, I was talking about Victoria Leonardo real quick. I felt the doctor. I thought the doctor had stopped it a little too soon. But I went back and looked at the fight, man, and it was like Victoria Leonardo was just really, she was outgunned. And there came a point in that second round where she was kind of like Kanako Murata, man. She was looking a little bit helpless. She was looking a little bit helpless in there, the way she kept dropping her arms. I knew something was wrong. Marcus Bell was up. I knew there was something wrong with that arm, like the way she kept dropping that arm. So I said, I think something's wrong. I think something might be broken again, because it's the second time she's broken that arm, and that's really nothing to play with where she broke it, the ulna. Matter of fact, I had a picture I was gonna post up here. Let me see if I can find it. It's not hers, but I'll give you an idea. Because there's a doctor I talked to. I think I know he is a fight doctor. Through the UFC, I talked to him on every now and then on Instagram. And, I was just asking him, like, how long would it take for this type of this injury to recover from it? And basically, he said the best thing for it is surgery. Surgery, and then that type of physical therapy and recovery time for it. Especially, seeing as how she broke it twice, she's probably going to have surgery on it, which is something he was saying. Let me see. Because, at first I was kind of like, let it go. Because she was like, I'm ready. I can keep going. But to me, now that I go back and look at it, I was like, nah. I was like, no. You broke that thing before. Ain't no need to go in there and risk it, right? Yeah, something similar to like that. That's where she broke it. Y'all can see this picture right here. I mean, shout out to Victoria Leonardo if she wanted to continue going through it. But, I don't think so. I think that's the kind of injury Paige Van Zant suffered from as well. You know, Paige, she had that same issue, I think, and she's had like plates in her arm. That thing's been breaking over and over, so it ain't nothing to play with. Phone over here going off. Hold on. Bungalow, what's up? He said a local realtor posted a YouTube video called "The Top 5 Reasons." Oh, about Kale Sonnen. And at first I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, okay, Kale Sonnen. That's why. I got you. Yeah, man. Tecia is built different. Yeah. Yeah, but you look at this arm, man. That's what I was like. I thought about it. I said, "Nah." I was like, "It's a good call." You know, you don't want to continue in a fight like that, and especially when you're getting tagged up. You know, because really, there wasn't anything that Victoria Leonardo was doing that was effective at this point. I mean, she was getting outworked. She was on the ground getting she was just getting outstruck on the ground, on the feet, whichever way it was going. You know, it was all Gatto. You know, whatever she wanted to do, it was Gatto. So yeah, I just wanted to fill y'all in on that update here. Victoria Leonardo, the forearm broke again. You know, it broke in her last fight, and I think it broke in the first round. I think they said like in the first round where she got taken down, and I think there was a position that she was in. I can't remember if it was the arm bar or somebody said like a reverse Kimura tip. I don't know what they were talking about. That was online when I was trying to find out what happened, and when I seen it, it looked like it came from the armbar attempt, kind of like the way Verna Jandiroba did. You know, that's what it looked like to me. But yeah, that ain't nothing to play with right there. So I just wanted to show y'all that's something similar to how, you know, her arm came out looking. That ulna's broken. All right. Take that off of here real quick. Oops. Took the wrong bitch off. Let me see if I can put this bad boy back. But yeah, let's talk about Juliana Pena real quick, man. I was looking at this online last night, and I said, wait a minute. I was like, she really can't wait, can she? She's really, really pushing for something. I was like, Julia Pena ain't playing here. Where's that article at? See, Robert Henry said, I think Pena was just trying to keep her name and goals out there with the interim talk. Carla could take a few points from Juliana in terms of keeping the pot stirring. I think at this point, like, I don't know what else Carla can do, man. I mean, besides, like, you know, going to Rose's gym. I mean, you could go to Rose's gym and just, like, start stalking and calling her out on Twitter. I mean, but what else? Like, what else can you do at this point, right? I mean, it's funny. I find it funny how Juliana Pena is doing this because it's really making it like it really makes it look like she's getting in Amanda Nunes's head a little bit, right? But let's see where are we at. I wanted to find that one I was reading last night where she was talking about the interim fight. I mean, is it wise to take an interim fight if she can't come back in December? I think she'll come back because she already tested negative this time around, right? So why not just wait? Might be back in November or December. Yeah, here it is. Juliana Pena thinks to move on if Nunes can't compete before the end of the year. She said, I heard from a teammate of hers that she wasn't even in training. Even when she was healthy and is healthy, she has barely been in the gym, so that part is frustrating for me because I've been making this fight my top priority. If I've been doing the mom thing as well, I would want to take this time to say that I understand her position. She's a new mother. She wants to enjoy time. And she said, I get that. I was in the same position. But if you're not going to fight in December, it'll be 2 years since she's defended the bantamweight title. Wow, 2 years. We've got to keep the train moving. Let's get a girl in there that's ready to rock, and we'll fight for the interim belt. Yeah, when they start putting that interim belt up, that's their way of trying to, move somebody up, get them out of the way. I mean, that is crazy. I mean, Pena does make a good point. Pena is making a good point that it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since she's defended the title. I can't believe that, man. I was like, whoa. Who was the last fight? Was it Holly? Was it the Holly knockout? Dang, got me doing a little bit of research tonight, man. I gotta go back and look at these dates because Amanda Nunes, man, she's making it seem like it's been forever. No, it was GDR. It was a GDR fight. Yeah, that's the last time she defended the bantamweight title. So I mean, Juliana Pena is making a good point. I can definitely see why she's really pushing this. I mean, yeah, Carla could do that too. She could go out there and start pushing it the same way because she could. And I mean, Rose, when you let her get into that groove of winning the title, it's like she'll pick and choose the dates. She'll come back when she wants. So you kind of have to stay on some of these champions. I think the deal with Amanda Nunes is that she's got 2 belts. Like, it's only good for so long. Like, the shock value of being a double champion usually dies down after 6 months or 8 months or even a year. After that, it's time to vacate a title and stay in one division. I mean, for real, Yeah, Stammer said, can you imagine Carla pulling up at anyone's gym on site? Yeah, man. It might have to be done. I mean, we go back, Juliana Pena, the other night at the press conference, she rolled up, was like, yo, Dana, I heard she good. When she coming back? So Dana, he was kind of looking like, oh, come on now, stop calling out. Man, they ain't ducking you. Which I think so too. Like, Amanda's not physically ducking the fighter in front of her, but she is kind of holding up. She is kind of putting a hold up because she has other things that, she's putting before the fight. Her priorities right now are with the family. It's making sure her health is straight. And she's juggling 2 divisions as well. Juggling 2 divisions is not something you want to see her do. It's not really something you want to see her do at this point. Because, again, great point. 2 years. Like, we're ready to see you come back at 135 and defend that bantamweight belt. I mean, in the meantime, it's not like the division is, like, thriving hard. Like, it's not thriving. So, I mean, you see how everybody is getting restless with Rose, man. And this is the strawweight division, man. We just had a fight in April. Just had her crowned a new champion crowned in April, and we already like on Rose's neck, man, to get back in there. So I can imagine how big fans of Amanda might feel. Daniel Edwards said interim belt. Well, I mean, Aldana and Holly makes more sense than being Pena in there. Yeah, I mean, the rematch, I guess, yeah, because they are above her. And you throw Aspen Ladd in there. Like, I don't really think Aspen Ladd is number 3, but she is number 3, if that makes sense. Daniel Edwards said, yeah, GDR versus Holly for the interim. Give Pena what she wants. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, Pena, she's kind of in the mid rankings, but you could kind of argue some of the other fighters could actually get this interim fight. But to me, like an interim fight, you have to be the number 2 or number 3, kind of like how Cyril Gane and Derek Lewis were. or, you know, if it was going to be GDR and Holly. Unfortunately, Holly's up at 145 right now, trying to corner Nunes in that factor. But if you were going to do an interim fight, I always think of the interim fight as securing the number 1 or number 2 contender. Whereas, you know, Juliana Pena, you might as well call hers just like a stay busy fight. Like, you know, you want to just chill out, take this fight, all right, you know, do that. But think of that risk. You know, think of that risk, yo. You might pull a JoJo. You might pull a JoJo when you take on Jennifer Maia, you know, Jennifer Maia style, and then lose that opportunity. But I can understand where Pena's coming from. She need the money, man. I guess, you know, she hungry. But who could she face that wouldn't be a threat at bantamweight? That's the next question. Like, who else can she face that's going to be non-threatening but can keep her sharp? Because, you know, Aspen Ladd might give her work. You know, we never know. Aspen Ladd might have the style that shuts Pena down. Who's going to be that fighter? No, Robert, what he say? Robert said, be more patient with the crybaby or just blame Carla or Dana if you want. Shoot, I ain't blaming nothing on Carla. Carla got her title shot. That's all I want to see. Carla got it and need to give it to her. Shoot, Rose ain't gonna come back when she wants to. She need to come back when it's time to defend that belt. Rose need to come back in there and defend that belt now. Valentina's back. Valentina stopped Jessica Andrade and she ready to come back. You know, Valentina said, all right, I'm gonna take out Andrade, but I ain't gonna sit back. I'm gonna keep on defending this title, you know? And she older. So Valentina said, I just destroyed the biggest, strongest boogie woman under me, and I'm ready to come back. I'm still hungry. You know what I mean? That shows you the levels of consistency with champions. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you knock out Zhang Weili. All right. You should be ready. I mean, the fight was only, 30 seconds? 20 seconds? I'm hungry again. You know, Mackenzie Dern took out Nina Ansaroff. She was ready to come back in July. You know, granted, Marina Rodriguez wasn't, which I understand why. But, you know, eat a little appetizer. It's time to go back in, you know. But back to Pena, though, I think Pena needs if she just wants to take a fight, I don't really think she needs to target like an interim fight because she might wind up kicking herself if she does that. Because when I think interim, we talking fighting up. But if she wants to stay busy, she better take a less risky fight, somebody that's tailor-made for her. I mean, what is it that she really wants with this fight? Does she really want an interim fight or does she want to stay busy fight? I mean, let's look in the rankings and see who she can take on. High five, what's going on? High five, good morning. It's night, it's evening over here, but okay. Get your morning listen in, man. Yana K is not a threat anywhere, really. That's interesting, V. Kendra. You think she's not a threat? Well, if you think about it, I don't know. She might not really be a threat to Juliana Pena's style. But I don't know if you would call that an interim fight, though. Yeah, take it on as a stay busy fight. For real. Robert here said what Valentina do up there at 125 ain't got nothing to do with Oh, Robert, come on, man. Did I corner you with that one, man? That's your answer. Nah, man. You know what I'm talking about. Same turnaround, same treatment all the way around. You know how I do. You fought the same night. It's time to hear. It's time to hear. Hey, somebody's coming back. They about to get another title defense in. Carlos Esparza, Valentina Shevchenko, September, Lauren Murphy. Easy peasy with her, man. You know, and the strawweight division is thriving, man. So this ain't one to hold up. You know, don't put that belt on the back burner. Now it's time to fight, or get something announced. It's time to fight. Going back to Amanda Nunes, though, yeah, man. 2 years, man. 2 years in the making with this bantamweight belt. It's time to get back in there for real. I can understand Juliana Pena's frustration. You know, it's time to fight. It's time to do something. But whatever Nunes got going on now that's outside of the that she had, the illness, she got to tighten up too. For real. Too Big said Pena don't want an interim fight. She's simply trash talking Amanda and trying to make her look bad. V. Kendra said, it's not working. It's really not working, but I mean, she did bring up that good point about the bantamweight belt being held up. But it's not really working. I like it though. I like the trash talk. That's why I was wondering the other day. I was like, I wonder if this is getting in the Amanda Nunes' head. Then I thought about it. I was like, nah. But it's entertaining. When she stepped up there to the podium and, you know, started grilling Dana, I was like, okay, all right. I know somebody I talked to, man, they was like, she don't deserve no title shot. They was like, I can't stand Pena. I was like, dang. Somebody told me that. Another fighter told me that. I was like, wow. High five. Oh, boy, high five. Don't hold it up, man. No. I don't want no Carla versus Weili. I want Carla versus Rose. It makes sense. Stop trying to hold this girl's title shot up, man. Not going to hold up her title shot anymore. Like 5 fights, that's enough. 5 top 15 fighters is enough. I can't do this to her, man. Lauren actually got it. We were talking about Lauren not getting it, and Lauren Murphy got it. Shoot. But yeah, that's my thoughts with Pena though. It kind of seemed like the trash talk, you know, is working for the fans. You know, we're all liking it, but I don't really think that's going to affect Nunes too much. If she wants to stay busy fight, you got to really think about it. Like I said, going back to JoJo and Jennifer Maia, that wasn't a wise decision, because you got to think, waiting, the reward is going to be a little bit bigger. You know, Pena come in there, you know, Pena waits December, go in there, show up, get Amanda Nunes. Might not win, but you get the biggest payday that you ever had. You know what I mean? You get the biggest payday you ever had. Risk taking somebody on like Yana Kunitskaya, Ketlin Vieira, and you lose, all of that is gone, right? So you do got to kind of milk it for what it's worth, and I respect her for that. You know, you got to take every angle. Like, it's still chess, it's still a mental game. So do what you got to do. You know, for Pena, I like it. I like the mind game she is trying to play. You know, it is like that. You have to kind of hound these fighters, and other fighters that aren't very vocal, they could kind of take this approach. You know, Pena's not really being out there ignorant. You know, Pena ain't that acting ignorant or nothing. You know, she just putting her face out there. She talking like a fighter. You know, she talking like a fighter. That's why I respect it. Yeah, stamina. She going all out, man. She said, "Look, it's time to get this money. We got family. I'm talking my way into this now. Since March, February, taking it all the way back. I'm like, I'm going all out. I'm taking the mental games. I'm playing mental chess. I'm watching tapes. Hopefully, she is watching tapes though. But we know that she is making some noise, so that's a good thing, man." Rob Henry said, "I think it may be promotion related because it's like Rose or Carla suffered." Hold on, I'm going too fast. Okay, because it's like Rose or Carla suffered any injuries in the wins at all. I hope they don't get it soon. You mean that you'd hope they don't get injured? Promotion related. You mean nobody wants to see the fight? Because I want to see it. I think a lot of y'all hardcore fans want to see it. To me, it makes the most sense. Before I jump to this next topic, real quick on Carla versus Rose. Rose and Carla make sense because what was everybody saying not too long ago about Wei Lee? You got knocked out in one round. You don't deserve the title shot. So if she's not a legit contender, then Carla is. Because just a minute ago, whenever Wei Lee was calling for it, everybody was like, "Nah, man, no. Wei Lee don't need it. She got it starched. She's done." But now it's like, oh, let's make Carla fight an interim fight with Mackenzie Dern or Zhang Wei Li. And let's put her in there with Joanna. Man, come on. No. I think it was Jason Rose called me a Carla agent. Nah, man, I just want to see a good fight. I'm just matchmaking. That's all. I'm just matchmaking for real. I called that other fight I brought up. I bring it up because, I think when I brought it up to Invicta, they were going to make it. They were going to make it, but COVID, the C caught them. What was it? The Cody Ruiz fight in Invicta. I was like, yeah, that's the fight y'all need to make. Hit them up behind the scenes. I was like, this is the title fight y'all need to make. So I'm going to keep arguing that, man. I'm like, Rose and Carla need to fight. Wei Lee ain't going nowhere right now. Wei Lee ain't about to retire. Ain't no issues with being humble. Eat your humble pie and, go back to the drawing board and work. Shoot, you see Tecia Torres and Angela Hill, they ain't fighting in 6 years. And if Carla gets her title shot, shoot, 7 years. 7 years since she touched the strap, man. Come on. I'll argue that to the day. Ain't nobody gonna corner me on that. You know what I mean? You ain't got nothing for me on why Wei Lee deserves a title shot except money. And if you put her in there again with Rose right now, money down the drain when she gets stopped again. Why not give her time to grow and build this thing up if she can get back where she needs to be? Yeah, V. Kendra Rose. The women aren't that big. The women aren't that big because I was watching the Mike Tyson podcast with Khabib, and I know how Khabib is, when it comes to women fighters, but it was like he knew everybody in that Dolly incident except Rose. Like he was just like it was Michael Chiesa that got hurt, and he named somebody else, I think, and he was like it was another young lady or something like that. It was like a woman or something like that. But even he didn't really call Rose by her name. You know what I mean? So that just kind of shows you how the women are still viewed. Like I said, I respect Khabib too, but I'm just saying that's how they're how some men view it. If the UFC wants that fight, should be easy work. If Whaley got started so easily, then Rose can do it again. Right, that's my point. Like, there's no need to go back into it if that could happen again. Like, 5 months, you can't really correct things that fast. You know what I mean? Yeah, Colton Tyson, he was yeah, Tyson was wild on nerve, so he was gone. It was mostly Cejudo and Khabib talking, some bringing up some good conversation. 2B said the only reasonable explanation is that the UFC is trying to book it as a main event for a card and don't want to announce it. But my problem with that is Dana, when asked about it, would have said, "Yeah, that's the fight to make." Right. I will say this: Rose and Carla is the title fight to make, but honestly, I don't even think they would book that as a main event because they didn't book Rose and Zhang as a main event. You feel me? Like, they put it on. Well, they put Usman and Masvidal on there, and to me, everybody wanted to see Rose versus Zhang a little bit more than Usman Masvidal in the rematch. So to me, I think that this is a good fight, but they still don't feel like it's enough to carry Rose and Carla don't have enough power to carry a card together. Fight makes sense on a hardcore level, but as far as like casual fan level, I don't know if it'll carry a main event, to be honest. Because, Zhang Weili and Rose, that should have been main event, right? That carried more power because of the country that Zhang Weili was bringing, and putting them together made for big made for a big show, made for a big show with everything that was built up behind it. Yeah. Okay, got about 20 people in here. Make sure y'all hit the subscribe and the like button too, man. What else? We went off a little on topic because, that's always a fight to talk about, man. This Rose and Carla fight is going to be explosive when it happened, man. I'm telling you, man. But let's keep it in the strawweight division. Let's talk about what I got up here, retirement season. I call it that for a reason, man, because I think right now, well, I won't say Angela Hill. I know some people might feel like it might be time to call it quits when you don't improve, but let's focus on Carolina real quick, man. Like, I had to call retirement season, man, because, Carolina Kowalkiewicz went in there once again, and she was taken out in dominant fashion. And this wasn't the second time. This wasn't the third time. This was the fifth time now. Carolina Kowalkiewicz, once again, just shows, like, lack of growth, lack of improvement compared to a fighter like Tecia Torres. Carolina's fought at a high level. They both fought some of the similar opponents, but it just seemed like Carolina at a point kind of went over Tecia Torres just a little bit. That's why I was like, how'd she get this high up if she's not really improving? And then, like, looking at some of her past fights, like with Claudia Gadelha and then like Alexa Grasso, I was like, I'm just not seeing any growth here. I'm not seeing any improvement on her style. And going into this fight with Pena, no, everybody's not a big fan of Pena. Everybody was thinking, Carolina was going to pull something out here, but I went in really just kind of shaking my head like, oh no, like, please just don't get battered for 3 rounds. I really don't want to see you get battered for 3 rounds. I'd rather see you get submitted. And that's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, I think Pena knows the lack of IQ, and she's just going to take this thing to the ground. I don't know, first round, it was just so simple. Pena invited her into the guard, and she came right in. She was like, oh, let me step into the fire. Step into the fire. And to me, that showed Carolina had not improved. It just showed me she's not improving. She's not letting it stick. So, Pena got her out of there. Pena got her out of there with a, 101. That jiu-jitsu 101. Arm bar. Simple. But after taking a L like that to another unranked fighter like herself, I think that's proof enough to me that it might be time to go. It might really, really be time to go. Hold on here. High Five said, Angela's movement is robotic. She has no power. No, he doesn't. V. Kendra said, did you see Carolina slam herself into submission? Carolina could have got out so many times. Yeah, she just went into it, man. She just really went into everything. Like, everything that Pena wanted her in, she was there. Hold that thought on Angela Hill and Torres' her comments about Torres. I think I brought that up a little bit yesterday, but hold that thought, Colton. All right. So back to Carolina, though, man. With Carolina losing to, Jessica Pena, I think to me that's enough to say, yeah, we need to, hang it up now. Because, again, 5 losses in a row. Each one gets a little bit more brutal than the next in its own way. I just don't see her competing on that level anymore, because it's not just like technical skills. It's in the body language. It's in the body language. You see sometimes when fighters just kind of go through the motions and they just show up. They have the interviews. They say this, right? I had the best camp in the world. I feel better than I ever did. I feel 100%. But when it comes down to the actual fight, one shot and they buckling. You know what I mean? Like, training is one thing, fighting is the other. That's why it's like, you're training, yeah, it's going to feel good because you're working out. You're doing something good for your body. It's controlled environment. You're working. You're with people around you that are just helping you. When you got an actual fight, somebody's in there trying to take your head off. Somebody trying to take you out. And they're not going to go soft. If you mess up, there's no do-overs like in training. So I think with all of that, it is just time for her to go, man. And like I said, I ain't wanting people just say, oh, man, when a person loses, it's time to go. No. Compare her 5-fight losing streak to Tecia Torres' 4-fight losing streak. Compare it to Andrea Lee. Compared to Andrea Lee's 3-fight losing streak, Andrea Lee's 3-fight losing streak was nowhere as brutal as Carolina Kowakiewicz' 5-fight losing streak, right? So it's like, come on. It's just that time. 35 years old, you're married. Spend that time with your husband. Maybe he should be telling her that too. It's time to get out this game. Especially when you had a metal plate in your face too, man, and you got a broken eye socket. That's not really something I would want my woman to keep going through, especially if she's not a champion. You're unranked and you're losing in this fashion. I just don't see her beating. I just don't see her beating anybody, even on the unranked level. Like, you could bring in some of the, some of these other prospects, Tabitha Ricci. I think Tabitha Ricci would beat her at this point. Jinh Fry would do the same thing. Jinh Fry, her round game is way better than Carolina's. Kay Hansen, she's a wrestler. So, same deal, man. Same deal. Wow, TJ, man, what is wrong with you, man? You are getting milked, man. As I told you not to make that bet. Like I said, man, I'm I pick Whaley to win the fight. But she ain't picking my pockets. I picked Whaley, but hey, when you know, TJ, let me tell you something. Look, now you know when a fight is 50-50, you don't put a bet on it. Whether you like the fighter or not, you don't put a bet on it. See, I teach you how to win. Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, told everybody. Rose versus Joanna, bank, told everybody. Can't tell me nothing on those. Nunes versus Cyborg, boom. That's how you do it. Those for sure. Those for sure. And I got the proof. But did you hear me say I was going to put money on Whaley? No. Did I pick her to win? Did I think she had the skills to win? No. Yes. But was she going to win definitively? No. Now look at you. You got people in here trying to get money from me, kicking down my door like the IRS. You got all these people here asking for money. You got Roger, what's going on? You got Roger in here, BJ, what's going on? You got BJ up in here, what's up? Got everybody in here asking for money. You were confident too. I wasn't confident. I was excited for a good fight. But now look, gotta be careful with them bets, man. Don't pick on feelings. I mean, I wasn't a Ronda Rousey fan, but I knew Holly. But I like Holly, but I knew that Holly had the tools to do it. You know? For sure. But this one, I was like, oh no. I picked Whaley by stoppage, but something told me, oh no. No way. I ain't putting up the house on this one. Oh no. Hey Raj, what's going on? Raj better get that money. Go ahead and collect while he here. TJ, you want a safe bet? Valentina versus Lauren Murphy. Put everything that you lost on Whaley, double it, and put it on Valentina in this fight. Put everything that you lost, double it, and put it on Valentina. Oh man. Look, I like Whaley. Look, I like him. I'm a fan of her work ethic and her style, but no, BJ, Dern ain't smoking Whaley. Come on. No, I gotta go back to something else BJ said up here. I'm over here talking about this money. BJ, now you know Carolina ain't got nothing left in the tank. Come on. What does Carolina Kowalkiewicz got in the tank? Carolina does not have enough in the tank to beat any more UFC fighters. She does not have enough in her tank to continue to take on UFC fighters. I mean, she could not beat an unranked Jessica Pena. If you put her in there with Kay Hansen, you put her in there with Virginia Fry, you put her in there with Tabitha Ricci, you put her in there with Elise Reed, I think that level of fighter will stop her. But if you really want to do it, you give her one more. Give her one more. Give Carolina one more fight. Let it be one of those fighters. And then maybe she might, if she pull off a win, she could still ride off into the sunset. But if she lose, that's 6 in a row. That's too risky at this point. That's way too risky, man. All right. I ain't getting no money. I mean, you send it right now? Hold on. Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I did, TJ. I just got it. Thank you. Oh, man, I appreciate that. Thanks. Just think of that as a fee for the advice on who to bet on with Valentina and Lauren. Thank you. Okay, so let's look at Carolina's resume here. I think I broke it to y'all the other day, or last night, but let me show y'all here. Like, does this sound like somebody that has a lot left in the tank? I'm asking you, BJ, because you said she got something in the tank. All right, let's see. Carolina. Let's go back to all of Carolina's losses real quick. Mr. Lee, yeah, L. Let's go back to all of them. Yeah, TJ. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. So Joanna, that was when she was a prime. So Joanna, I give her that. Claudia, she made a big mistake. I remember how she fell into that. That was kind of like an IQ exposure there. Then she beat Jody Escobel and Felice Herrig, lower level straw weights. Then it's just downhill from there. Andrade, Michelle Watterson, Grasso, and Grasso and Jan Jana, they were like piecing her up, man. They were putting hands on her. Then you got Jessica Pena, right there. That's 5 losses, man, and each one was kind of a step down. She was fighting down, and every time she fought down, she was still put in a position to make adjustments that she couldn't. So it was time to go. It's time to go. BJ, argue that for me though. BJ, tell me what makes you think Carolina has something left in the tank, man. Tell me, BJ. What does Carolina have in the tank? Yeah, Colton, she got a metal plate in her face. No, the metal plate is from Jan Jana. Yeah, Colton. Metal plate is from Jan Jana. Jan Jana broke the eye socket. With combinations. Just constant combinations. Yeah, it was hard. I will say this, BJ. It was wrong of her to go to, like, Joanna is Joanna. That's her style. I think Carolina needs somebody that's going to help her to be more defensive minded and help her learn how to slip. You got to learn how to slip. I think she needs to make better decisions, change a camp. I don't know about camp, man. I don't think camp is going to help. I don't think camp is going to help, man, because everything she's been doing, she's been taking to the same, going to the same place. I mean, she's been taking the same person every camp. Nobody can change her. Robot Chickens, what's up? Hello, Lolita, what's up? Oh, Lolita said talk about Lemos versus Ganita is Sam Hughes winner. No, I think Lemos got to fight up from here. Oh, I know what you mean. I think Sam and Ganita, that's gonna be a good fight. Lemos, give her Claudia or somebody though. Yeah, Roger, I like Carolina, but she isn't progressing. She's just being a punching bag right now. She tried to fight on the back foot. She tried to fight on the back foot in this fight, but it wasn't working. It was very, very forced. So, Jessica Pena, who's got decent hands, was shooting the jab up the middle, hitting her in the face, square in the face with the 1-2. So I think Pena would have won it standing or on the ground. Any way she wanted, she would have got it. And when it comes down to that, it's time to go. It's time to go, man. And like I said, I speak on it like I was a Carolina fan. I still am. I like Carolina's style. I like when she was fighting her way up. She does have signature wins over, Rose Namajunas. She showed some good work against Rose, But, when it came up to the elite level, it was tough for her. It's been kind of tough for her. When she stepped up to the Michelle Watersons, the Andrades, Claudia Gadelias, it's just been a hard road. Joanna. So she gave it her all, I think. I think she did. 35 years old. I just rather want to see her go off into the sunset, with her eyesight and her brain. But let's look at Angela Hill, man. Angela Hill, though, I think there's a difference, though, here. Angela, I wouldn't say she needs to retire, but she really needs to make changes. Like, BJ, if you're talking about somebody need to make changes, Angela Hill, she's somebody that can go the distance and not get hurt. But if she wants to stay that way, she's going to have to learn how to make changes. Because against Tecia Torres, I think she looked better in the first fight. That's not saying a great deal, but, Angela Hill looked better in the first fight with Tecia Torres. This time around, she was just really walking, plodding forward, not using her range, not sticking the jab out, not using any straight punches. Granted, like I said, Tecia's made better improvements, but it's on Angela Hill to take the lead here. Take the lead as the longer fighter. Like, her Muay Thai style didn't really have any effect here. Like, when you look at Muay Thai fighters like JoJo and Joanna, they're throwing that teep kick out to the belly. They're flicking the kick to the face. They're kicking you in the face. They're flicking it out with ease. They're controlling your head. They're getting tie clinches. And, they're controlling the inside. But Angela Hill in this fight wasn't really in, like, a good position to kick. If anything, Torres was, landing good body kicks, right? Leg kicks, right hands up top. The shorter fighter was closing the distance beautifully in this fight. So I think for Angela Hill, like, she's not showing a lot of wear and tear. Ain't showing like a lot of wear and tear, but ain't showing a lot of improvements either. And I think the more and more these unranked fighters evolve, they will start putting, dominant beatings on her. Like, let's say you put her in there with Tabitha Ricci. Tabitha Ricci's black belt, working on her striking. You let another strong fighter come in there and just take you down because your striking isn't getting the respect. What's going to happen? What's really going to happen? Yeah, George. I think Angela Hill needs a new camp. Somebody that's going to help her utilize her reach and turn her into some type of I can't say it's like turn her into something like a grappler, a little bit smarter, man. Because you aren't gonna knock it. You aren't gonna knock anybody out. You're not gonna stop Tecia. That was my thing. Like, you going in there to fight Tecia, you ain't gonna knock Tecia out. Not at all. You ain't even gonna buckle Tecia Torres. Andrade didn't even buckle Tecia, did she? Man, that's a tough girl. Stamina said the only change needs to make is to let go of title aspirations. Right. She could compete often, take whoever's offer, make money. Right. Yeah, that's my next point. That's why I say there's a difference in these two here, where Carolina's just on a losing streak and facing, a lot of. She's a danger to herself. Let me put it that way. Carolina's a danger to herself, but Angela Hill, I think where she's at now, worrying about mid-rank, like 5 or 6, worrying about elite level, that's something you kind of have to put out of your mind right now. You still have to graduate from the 3rd tier, right? You still have to graduate and look good around the fighters you're fighting now. That's why I was saying it was like class last time. I was saying it was like graduating. You continue to stay at this fighting level. Others that have aspirations and capitalize, they're going to surpass you. But if you don't make the right changes in your camp with your fighting style, you're just going to continue to sit in that same position. Like, I think Angela Hill might reach number 11 again, but reaching 10, that's tough, man. That's tough for her. That just tell you something. If I think Angela Hill might get the number 10 again, maybe she'll get the 10. But I don't see her going any higher. Like, I don't see her going to like number 6 or 7, because, man, strawweights is just evolving, man. Strawweight division is just really evolving. Roger said Weili would have to regain title for the fight that happened there. Oh, in China, yeah, to give her that leverage, right? TJ said Rose is so inactive she might break Joanna's inactive streak. Damn. Right, Gary Baldwin. Angela Hill needs a jab, man. Like, 3rd round, she used the jab. It was effective. But 1 or 2 times ain't going to work. 1 or 2 times is not going to work. You throw a jab out 1 or 2 times, that's not enough. She threw 2 jabs out, touched Tecia Torres good, with the jab when she used it. But she did not start with the jab in the 1st round. Well, Mr. Lee knows, like, what do we always talk about over here? The jab, right? That's what I'm always talking about, the jab. He actually had to remind me. So what am I always talking about over here? The jab. Jab is a key. The jab is a key, man. It opens up a lot. And for somebody like Angela Hill, as a Muay Thai fighter, as a stand-up fighter, I can't believe she don't have like a good, stiff jab. She just don't have a good jab. Marina Rodriguez, Joanna, Rose, all of these stand-up strikers. Who else will I name? JoJo. All of these stand-up fighters, they have that jab to depend on. Different styles, but they're good jabs. They use them to the best of their ability. Marina, she'll use that. She'll pump a straight jab out. I mean, she need to develop it a little bit more, but she will stick a jab out more. She'll stick a jab out more than Angela will, for sure. Angela was throwing a lot of right hands and missing, but she wasn't setting them up with a left hand. I don't know. That's why I say I feel the same way, that I think her level is where she's at, and she can keep getting money. Like, that's why the question with Angela Hill, it's not retirement season for Angela Hill. No, you fine where you at. Angela Hill's fine where she at. She can keep fighting on this level. Going to win-loss pattern. Every now and then there's a fighter that you can beat. But other than that, I don't think like top 10 or 5, 6 she'll ever really get to. Yeah. Yeah. Gary Baldwin, yeah. How are you going to be a striker and not use a jab? What I'm saying, man. How are you going to be a striker and you not use a jab? Like, jab is elementary. It's 101, man. That's like when you were a kid. What's some of the first words you learned how to spell? DOGCAT. You know, simple words. BOYGIRL. That's simple stuff, man. That's simple stuff. That's why I'm like, come on, like that's elementary. That should have been something she's been developing. BJ said he don't see Valentina or Antonina jabbing. Nah, man, like Valentina got a jab. They use it in different ways, but they jab, man. They got jabs, man. They got jabs. That's how that left hand is set up. She's got a southpaw jab. You know, she throw that straight left hand. She got a jab, man. It may not be the same jab as Joanna, but it's a measuring stick. You know what a measuring stick is, right? You stick that jab out there, measure that fighter, and then boom, that power shot come over the top. No, man, Valentina got jab, man. I mean, I'm not saying you got to throw it the same way like everybody else do, like, you know, but if you got one, it'll work. Angela Hill don't got one. I think when the time comes, she can always go back to one. See, the thing is with Angela Hill, you never really see her use, but you can see it. You can see it in Valentina. Like, Valentina got a jab. Valentina got a jab. Antonina got a jab. It's active enough, BJ. The jab is active enough for what she needs. Let's look at the situation, though. All right. When has Valentina needed to use the jab to a level like Angela Hill? Like, Angela Hill, the way she fights, she needs the jab because she don't have knockout power. She don't have a ground game. Okay? Like, she does not knock people out with head kicks. She needs an active jab. Whereas Valentina, she could measure you. Left hand comes over the top because she's so quick. She's quicker. She's more athletic than the fighter she's fighting. So her jab doesn't have to be as active. Joanna got to have an active jab because she ain't knocking nobody out. Joanna got to be active because she's a volume puncher. She going to outwork you. That's an active jab. But for Valentina, you got a jab, don't have to be active. Active jab, you know, that's for point fighters. That's for people with no power, combination fighters. Or however you want to mix it up. But Valentina, when everything else is coming with ease, it's like, I ain't got to throw a jab out that active. You know, I'm an economical puncher. Some fighters gonna rely on that jab a little bit more. Yeah, BJ, what does Lauren Murphy need to do to win? Let's ask Marcus. Marcus, tell us. TJ Wright, what you think, Marcus? No, my bad. Roxanne. We were talking about Roxanne. That's a different question. Sorry. What does Roxanne need to do? We'll come to you. Sorry. Nah, not Lauren Murphy. I'm sorry. Okay, Robert Henry said, I prefer your analogy of class level and graduation over these UFC rankings. That change every day like the wind, but don't necessarily even when they do. I mean, look. It's like when I'm talking about Manon Firo. You know, people just don't understand. Like, Manon Firo is reading at a high level at the tier she's at, right? Manon Firo is reading at a high level for the level she's on. I didn't say she was champion. I didn't say she was the contender yet, but she's good where she's at. So it's time to graduate. When she goes in there to the next level, whether that be Andrea Lee or, let's see, Andrea Lee, Alexa Grasso territory, that's the next level. When she looks good on that level, then we can go to the next level. You graduated. You know, so yeah, I mean the graduation level makes sense. Like, that's how you got to rank fighters. Like, who is beating who and who looks the best doing it. High Five said, hold on. High Five said, Lauren jabs a lot and she'll taste V spinning back. Yeah, she jabs a lot, but having an active jab against Valentina might be a mistake. Like, you throw them jabs out, she'll come up under and hit you in the body quick. You know, same way Andrea Lee did. You know, Andrea Lee was, you know, landing some good body kicks on Lauren Murphy. Every time she would throw the jab with right hand, boom, body kick, stomach kick. Yeah, BJ, you see a lot of wrestlers using that jab now, man. You know, that jab is, telling you, man, jab ain't no joke. J-A-B. Gary Baldwin said a jab is versatile. Firo, Lemos, Valentina, Joanna use a jab in different ways. Exactly. That's a good point. All of them having a jab in their different ways. All of them have jab in their different ways. And they're all effective. Dang, Robert said, I also see certain wrestlers getting knocked out. Who, Robert? I want to know. I'm just curious. Like, who some of these wrestlers getting knocked out, Robert? I want to know. Let me know. I mean, I got a few in mind, but I want to know. Yeah, Stamina. I don't believe that. I'm gonna have to do a show talking more about Francis, man, and I'm gonna maybe talk about the men fights tomorrow or something. I mean, y'all want to hear me talk about some men fights tomorrow? I mean, don't. I ain't promising y'all nothing. I mean, but if you do, let me know, yes or no, because I like that fight between Cape last night. I mean, Saturday night. I like the fight with Jose Aldo, and I do like that. I gotta pull the guys up, man. Like, shoot, who all was on there that I was enjoying? Cause you know I watch all the WMMA fights, but Jose Aldo versus Pedro. That was a good fight. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed the Bobby Green and Fizzy fight was good. And on the early prelims, I was watching Manel Cape versus Osborne. That was a good flying knee knockout. That one was good. The Johns and Dos Santos fight was good. Yeah, that was a good fight. Yeah. Yeah, B. Kendra, you know, Wei Lee uses some jabs. She uses a jab too. Yeah. Gotta set that jab up, man. Set that power punch up. Manon, Wei Lee, they all jab. Like High Five said, Manon, Wei Lee, Lemos jab to break their opponent's setup and finally launch a power shot. Right. I think Angela Hill though, man, like that's her main thing that she needs to really work on. Like, if she got a jab, she just need to use it. You know, you really have to put that out there. You have to use that jab. You got to make that thing work. Yeah, BJ. Shout out to Vince Morales. I saw that. I was looking at Bloody Canvas. There. Well, you weren't in there yet. I was watching the live that Bloody Canvas was doing, and yeah, I saw. Yeah, shout out to Vince Morales. He got that win. I saw that. But Angela Hill's jab, man, it's non-existent. It was non-existent. But Tecia did a good job. Like Tecia. Yo, Pale Rider said, look at how well that super active jab worked for JJ against Bullet. She tasted Valentina's foot a lot. Right. Yeah. Yeah, like active, it works for certain situations, but it's not going to work in every situation, Like, Bullet got a jab to depend on, to fall back on. But you keep an active jab on the wrong fighter, you get countered quick. I hope Taylor does fight Roxy, man. I hope she does, George. Yeah. All right, let me go back to what I was saying. Yeah, Tecia. Yeah, real quick, man. Tecia Torres, I really like what she's been developing into. And Colton, I know you brought that up earlier about Angela Hill's comments about her juicing. Like, I'm not even gonna say that. Like, I don't like to put that dark cloud over people's heads. So if you know something, like if Angela Hill, she knows something, or if something is for sure on paper, but if you just saying it to say it, I can't vouch for that. I'm not gonna put that dark cloud on a fighter's head. Like, if you try to say somebody is juicing, or if they might be under the influence of something, I mean, those are some harsh allegations, man. I mean, unless till the day happens, I can't just put that on somebody's head. Ticia's always been kind of a naturally physical specimen, even as a kid. She's always had muscles as a kid, so I can't just go out there and say that she's juicing. I mean, it's not really like showing in her performance. I mean, physically, you rarely see women like her, but I mean, you can look at her pictures when she was younger. She's always kind of had muscles. So for me, I ain't gonna say she's juicing like that. I mean, if she get popped, yes. When she finally get popped or something like that, then yeah, I put the dark cloud on a person's head. But I'm not gonna say that she's. I ain't gonna make them comments about a fighter like that. I mean, if you have been caught, I will remember that for sure. For the ones that have been caught, I do always remember that. But just to say because the Ticia's jacked, I ain't gonna say that, man. You gotta have some evidence. Get some hard evidence on her, man. I mean, when I look at her, like, I don't see it. Like, some names out there that I will say, yeah, they do look like it. But even then, I don't want to put that on them. But, like, with Tecia, I'm not getting that vibe. I'm not getting the vocals. Her vocals don't sound like she is. Unlike some, I just don't see it. Like, it's still like a feminine body. Like, but she still has a feminine body. There's nothing masculine about her. I mean, might have more muscles than some of them guys out there, but I mean, other than that, though, it's still feminine to me. Nah, man, like, she's just one of them girls with arms like that. I mean, I've seen girls with arms like that, even in high school, every now and then, it's like just certain people have that. Certain people have that gene. I mean, I ain't putting this picture up here to mess with y'all, but I'm gonna put this one up here just because when I seen, like, I mean, look at her body right there. I mean, like, you see the arms, just look like regular toned arms to me, like somebody that has muscles. And when you go on down, it's just like, yeah, like, I don't see anything like juiced up about her. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not. I won't say that. Nah. Yeah, TJ. Tecia has the genetics, and Angela has the butt hurt. Dang. Yeah. Tecia has the genetics. Angela has the butt hurt. Yeah. I mean, George, he's the bodybuilding expert too. So, I mean, what do you think? I mean, she's got a nice physique, man. She's got the like the fitness model look, right? You know, a lot of people I just see born with 0% fat, and they have that muscle structure, and it's like, yeah, like the same way you can see some people born to be heavy, have more fat on their bodies, or skinny people. You're gonna have some people with muscle. Some people are gonna be born with muscle that stands out. Yeah, Kat Zingano's another one. She's got the fitness structure too. Very nice shape. She's got the broad shoulders, and there's nothing masculine or testosterone running through her body, like none of that. She's got a nice physical shape like that. Misha Tate, same way with her. Now she's kind of filling out more that she's been hitting this new workout. So guns start showing. It's just like, nah, man, I don't mean juicing. Yeah, Tecia, she's not. V Kendra, she's not really sitting down on her punches like that. She's not that hard of a hitter because, she's in and out, and it might be a core thing as well. Like, I think it was Two Beast brought it up yesterday. Like, he was talking about her abs and Andrade being stronger. Like, Andrade has got a stronger core. Tecia Torres, she has a ripped. She's got a ripped set of abs, right? But the abs is different than core. Like, core workout is different than abs. Like, you can get a strong core without doing regular sit-ups. So she's probably doesn't have that same regimen that like somebody Jessica Andrade has that generates power. The farm girl strength and the farm girl strength and Jessica Andrade, is something you see how she is really able to generate that power. You can really see it. It's in her, but like just because you have muscles doesn't really mean you're going to be like a hard puncher, though. Mojo said maybe the UFC will let Carolina retire before they announce cutting her. Either way, it's time for her to move on. I like her as a fighter, but the losses make it hard to watch. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, Carnelosi's huge. Like I don't know about Carnelosi, but like I said, I ain't gonna go out on that limb. But Carnelosi, she's huge. Like compared to Tecia Torres. Yeah. He said about Holly. Like I don't know. Like even with Holly Holm, I don't know. Like I've seen her since boxing, and she's always kind of had that boxing days. She's had that athletic build. Ripped. You can go back to her old days too, when she was younger. I mean, she's always been kind of muscular, so. We were talking about Felice Herrig the other day too. Felice Herrig, she's one too, that's ripped as a mug, so. Yeah, but to me, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just Angela Hill. That's her way of trying to get in somebody's mind state. Always trying to mess with people. Maverick is another one. Maverick is another young fighter that builds muscle and is muscular, right? There's like Kat. I'm in no way say she's juicing either. Like Kat, that's her build. Some women can build muscle easy because of their bone and their mass structure. Okay, yeah, George said Albu. Yeah, Alexandra Albu. Yeah, Alexandra Albu, she's got a great shape too, man. Like, now you got me talking about, physiques and stuff. Albu, she's in great shape too, man. Like, I can tell she competed, like, on that level because, yeah, I've always noticed, like, yeah, she was always ripped, man. Yeah, so Kat, that's natural to me. Who was the other one we were talking about first? You brought up somebody I was thinking about. I forgot. Yeah. Oh, B just said Danielle Wolf. Dang, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Carlos is huge compared to Tecia. That's why I'm like, why is everybody getting on Tecia though? I don't know. Yeah, Maverick. Well, no, Maverick doesn't look like Carlos. No. No way. That's why I'm saying Carlos is more in the realm of Carlos is more in the realm of excuse me, or of her own. Maverick and Tecia Torres are kind of in the same. If you look at Miranda Maverick versus like Tecia Torres, that's like just young. Some women are just born that way. They're just born with that athletic or muscular build. It's like whenever men start seeing the guns popping out, they go ahead and automatically go to that. But some you can say that, like, you might kind of think like, that person might be on, but some of them just are natural. Some are just natural, because Maverick, she's same as Andrade, the country girl, the strong girl. She's coming from that background. So yeah, there's some of them. Yeah, I won't even entertain that. That's why I'm just going back to what Angela Hill said. I don't know about that. Oh yeah, man. Whitmire and McKenna, that's gonna be an interesting fight, man. It's been a minute since Whitmire's been in the octagon, though. I like Whitmire though. I do like Emily Whitmire. She seems pretty cool, but I think that this is gonna be a tough fight for her. Corey McKenna, a little bit more well-rounded. And I think that's one of the things that's really been helping her get onto the scene. It helped her defeat Kay Hansen. She's strong, has a good ground game, and good stand-up too from Corey McKenna. Her striking is very it's very solid. I can see it being like her plan B, but she's definitely got the strength, man. I think Corey McKenna is going to be a tough fight for Emily Whitmire. Emily Whitmire, I think she lost her last 2 or 3 fights, by submission. So you don't know. This is going to be one of those fights where Corey McKenna might go in there and say, look, I'm going to use this physical strength. I'm going to take you to the ground, might beat you up a little bit, stand up, and, get you out of there. I think last time Emily Whitmire fought, I'll say about a year ago, right? I ain't seen her in the octagon for about a year. But Corey, she's not like a huge strawweight, but she's got some strength to her. She's a pretty strong kid, because how old is she, like 20? She's a young buck. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good fight, though, BJ. That's going to be good. McKenna can do a little bit of both. And as an unranked fighter, she's doing a little bit of both. Now, it's going to be crazy when she gets into that top. I think she's that new class of She's part of the new class of strawweights coming in. Yeah, McKenna's part of the new class. McKenna, the Sam Hughes, the Benitez, Tabitha Ricci. If Tabitha Ricci gets a fight at strawweight, I think Tabitha Ricci can show something. Oh, yeah, Loma Labutni, those fighters. Gary Baldwin said Whitmire is a Carolina tier fighter. Yeah, she's still unranked. She's the unranked fighter. But I think that I think she got a little bit. I think she got a little bit better. She still got a little bit better skills on her level. Like, I think she can grow more than Carolina, though. That's just me. Like, Carolina is taking too much of a beating, man. Corey McKenna, yeah, she trains at Alpha Male, yeah. What's the date on this fight anyway? Corey McKenna. I don't want to miss this one. Yeah, Emily Whitmire was not a flyweight to me. She's definitely a strawweight. I think she's definitely a strawweight. She's have a slim, thinner frame. I think the weight, grappling and wrestling with these flyweights, that'd be too much for her. September 18th. Yeah, that's gonna be a good fight. I want to watch it. I say it like I'm not like I pick and choose. I watch all these dang fights, man. Let me stop. I watch all of them, so you ain't even gotta ask me. No, B. Kendra, Carolina's IQ problem too. It's not just confidence. I mean, it's damage, it's confidence, and it's IQ. It's an IQ problem as well. I mean, you shouldn't get into the guard with a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm just saying. George said, I think they'll put Tabitha Ricci against Kay Hansen to pad Kay's record. I don't think that's going to be an easy fight to pad, though. I think Tabitha Ricci got a big chance in that fight. Tabitha Ricci is good on the ground. Tabitha Ricci is I think she's a little bit more fluid, like with her jiu-jitsu. Kay Hansen's a good wrestler, but she's very reckless. I think that plays in the Ricci style, actually. Like, you try to pad Kay Hansen's record with Ricci, man, I don't know. I got to lean towards Tabitha Ricci a little bit. Her right hand looks good, too. Who are y'all talking about? Denise Messina? I was just going back through the comments section here a little bit. Hold on. Oh, the bodybuilder. Colton said Pena said she heard from someone from ATT that Amanda wasn't even training leading up to their initial fight date. Yeah, I was reading that article earlier. Yeah, I was reading that earlier. Yeah, she said that she didn't hear anything. Mary Jane said Whitmire works for Joanna as her sparring partner. Okay. I hope she's getting some, good striking lessons off of that, though, for real. Yeah, but that's what Pena said in that article I read too, earlier. Yeah, she didn't hear any updates on her training, so we'll see though. I don't know. Stamina said nobody in the UFC Women division should even be able to pad any other fighters' records. There's enough men to perhaps get lost in the shuffle. Not for the women. Yeah, I don't think Ricci is padding material. Man, Tabitha Ricci better not stay at 125. I mean, I know jiu-jitsu's good, but she need to be down there at 115. Ricci. I don't know. Gary Baldwin, he said she afraid of strikers. Well, in my honest opinion, she wasn't ready for the UFC yet. I mean, she was just developing her striking in LFA, like still getting it to work. And I was like, okay, her stand-up game is coming together. She's got some promise. When I was watching her LFA, I was like, okay, she's got some promise. Next thing you know, the UFC calls her. She signed. Fighting Manon Firo. I was like, oh no. That was too much of a leap for Ricci, man. No. I mean, if Manon Firo did what she did to Ricci, imagine what some of these other girls are going to do. I don't know, man. That's the thing. Like, imagine Ricci up with some of these flyweights. Like, that's not a good look. Go ahead and jump into the strawweight mix, right? A lot of good fights there. A lot of good fights for a strawweight. Loma Labutni, stuff like that. Those are good fights. What else, y'all? Let's see. You know what? This is what I wanted to say too. I wanted to say this. I always get a lot of people when I do a post-fight analysis video. I get a lot of people asking, like, "Where's the fight at on YouTube?" Right? Like, y'all really looking for the fight. If you're really looking for the fight, you know where to find it. It's not going to be on YouTube, right? And you know that my post-fight analysis is not the footage to the fight. But that's not the point. Everybody likes to go to YouTube to look for fights whenever it benefits them. But I'm telling people to go watch these Manon Firo fights. Everybody's like, oh, I ain't never seen her fight. I never seen Manon Firo fight. As much as everybody likes to go to YouTube, why are you not going to YouTube to find her fights where you can find just about all of them there? Everybody want to use that to their benefit. Everybody want to use that to their benefit. You always say, okay, I can't find fights on YouTube. Or you go to YouTube to find fights. When I tell you to go find some Manon Firo fights because you haven't seen them, you need to go to YouTube like you always do. So if you want to see Manon Firo fight, and you want to see some of the potential that I see, go watch her fights on YouTube. I watched all her fights. I seen all her fights. You can do the same. You want to know a little bit more about her, watch them on YouTube. Everybody want to look when it benefits them, but when I'm telling you something to go look at, it's right there on YouTube. And those are professional fights. They're not amateur fights. So they also count towards her record. They count towards her skill set. They count towards her promise. They count towards her potential. But yeah, for people that can't read a thumbnail that say, oh, I thought this was the fight. I mean, come on. Come on. So for all y'all people that say, oh, I never seen Manon Firo fight. Like, I, I ain't heard of her. I don't know how good she is. Do what y'all usually do. Go to YouTube and watch the fights. Go on YouTube and watch the fights. It's like you always look for fights on YouTube. Guess where I found them? On YouTube. Not a lot of fights. I mean, you can find them. V. Kendra said, do you think Firo is going to TKO Silva? I think she can. I don't know if she's going to. I mean, the possibility is there. Yeah, the possibility is definitely there for her to TKO her. BJ said he gotta see more. All right, you'll see more. You're gonna see more on Saturday. You're gonna see more. You're gonna see more in September on a Saturday, September 25th. Yeah. You will see more. And you know, look, I gotta keep doing it with this one here. Like, I gotta keep doing that with y'all with this one because y'all like to question this one, but like, y'all accepting Fear though. Y'all accept Fear the Maverick and the Boogie Woman and Taylor Santos, but I gotta let y'all know about the Beast. You know, Manon the Beast, Firo. I'm gonna let y'all know. She can stop. She can stop her, man. Oh, I know TJ. Now I know TJ is TJ is lighting up that BJ stuff right there because you know she's not like Caitlin Chikagian. So if George said if Manon beats Silva, who's next? Somebody in the top 15. Gotta be Andrea Lee, maybe. You know, Andrea Lee would be a good one. If she beats Myra Bueno Silva, I'd say Andrea Lee's next. Yeah, man. Of course you don't, V. Kendra, because you don't know. Well, you're learning. My bad. Like, you don't accept any of the three because you don't understand the level I'm talking about. So, I'm just saying. Because if you did, you would be like, oh, okay, I see that. But you're trying to compare them to Valentina already. Like, that's a lot of fans' problem. I'm trying to educate people. Like, when a prospect comes in, I'm not saying a prospect is Valentina or Jessica Andrade level yet. I'm not saying that. You know, there's levels to the game. And if you don't understand levels, I'm like, you're going to be lost. You won't understand why certain people lose to certain people. Manon already beat Victoria Leonardo. She beat her fighter like she was supposed to, and she looked good doing it. Because Leonardo was on Victoria Leonardo is on the same level as Liana Jojua. You know, Leonardo and Jojua are on the same level. Gary said, no, Firo shouldn't fight Maverick or De La Rosa because they're all prospects. Like, you don't stick Firo in there with Maverick because they're on the come up. You put Maverick in there with, you put her in there with Antonina, and you put Manon Firo in there with Andrea Lee. I mean, Maverick, she said it best. You know, it's time to weed out these older ladies. Like, you know, start putting them in there with the older ladies. You know, get them out of there. Yeah, man, yeah, at least she won a fight, but she's still unranked. Yeah, she won a fight, but she's still unranked, though. Because you kind of balance, you mess your scale up whenever you lose and then you win, and then you lose and you win, and you still can't break into the top 15. So unranks are unranks, you know, unless you start ranking after number 15. I mean, I'm not. I mean, the UFC's not doing it, so I'm not. No, George, Manon, no, not Maverick yet. No, Manon and Maverick shouldn't be mixing it up yet. They shouldn't be fighting. Mayra Bueno Silva is a good fight. When she beats Mayra Bueno Silva, Andrea Lee should be next. Miranda Maverick, for her, Montana would be a good fight. Since they didn't give her the win over Macy Barber, Miranda Montana will probably be a good fight then. I will say that because she got a fight down, and number 15 is Montana. So let Miranda knock Montana out of there, and then after that, yeah. But let's not forget about Sarge, man. Let's not forget about Sarge. Like, Sarge is calling these fighters out. Sarge is calling people out. Let's get her a fight. Let's throw Sarge in the mix. Let's get Sarge in there with we need Sarge in there with Macy Barber or Jessica I gotta talk about Sarge in a video. Yeah, man, Sarge, man, let's get her in there. Mark, what's going on? Mark said Leonardo is lower level and no real gauge for Manon's caliber. Buena Silva is a step up, so wait and see how she handles that. Yeah, of course. Like, but to say that, this is my point. This is my point to everybody. We couldn't say that until they fought, right? We couldn't say Victoria Leonardo was not on Manon's caliber until they actually fight. Right? That's the point of graduating. I got to go back to my class analogy here. Y'all got to understand what I'm saying. Look, whenever a person gets in there and you do it with flying colors and you pass that test with flying colors, then we can say this person is a higher level. Like, we didn't know until Manon dominated and stopped Leonardo the way she was. That's why we're saying that now. Like, Manon showed she was better than this level. So now we're taking her to the Buena Silva level. If she looks just as good with the Buena Silva level, I'm gonna say the same thing. She's still that fighter. She's still that fighter that's looking like she's gonna dispatch with some of these people, you know, or you know, take out. Buena Silva, you get that caliber out of the way, on to the next. And then, you know, we're gonna say, oh, we still don't know if she's on the top 15 level, but then when she beats Andrea Lee, okay, we'll say what she is. Man, Montana, will Montana pull the trigger? That's my question. Is she gonna pull the trigger? That's all I gotta ask. Is Montana gonna pull that trigger though? She gonna let that jab go? I see Miranda going to that body. You know, I see Miranda going in with them kicks to the body. For sure. George Sarge and Taylor Santos, that would be a good fight. that would be very physical, man. That would be a good fight. That'd be a good fight. Montana's jab may be better. We could argue it may be better, but Miranda's IQ is better. Montana's jab may be better, but Montana's IQ is better. Miranda might pick her up like one of them haystacks, you know? That's that country girl strength. She might pick her up like one of those haystacks and toss her like a bale of hay. Sorry. Yeah, she gonna toss Montana like a couple bales of hay, man. Miranda gonna pick her up like a bale of hay and toss her. But yeah, it sucks though. Yeah, because now Barbara, she moves on though, man. That sucks, bro. That really sucks, man. Yeah, Montana get hit way more than Maverick. Montana get hit way more than Maverick. Ask Vivian Araujo. Ask Andrea Lee. Vivian Araujo will tell you, man, I stuck that jab in Montana's face so many times. I thought she liked the taste of it. Robert said, "It's like y'all was both right. Montana wins mostly by finish. Octagon IQ on -1,000. Damn." Yeah, I do think Miranda need to work on the cardio though. Yeah, I agree with that. I think, the gas tank is important. Especially with a fighter that's gonna push you like Montana. Montana does have heart. Like Montana got heart, and she will fight for 3 rounds. Montana is a 3-round fighter. Montana is definitely a 3-round fighter. I give her that. That's why I get pissed at her, because you're in there for 3 rounds and you still can't come up with the way to beat Vivian Araujo, or you can't beat Andrea Lee. I'm just playing. No, I'm not playing. I'm serious. Yeah, I just think that she's definitely got the heart to go 3. She's tough. I'll say about Tecia Torres tough, maybe. Montana De La Rosa, maybe Tecia Torres tough. That's why it's time to step her skills up. Like you can fight for 3 rounds, but okay, you can survive 3 rounds. You're dangerous for 3 rounds. Let's get a win. That'll be interesting. Barber and Montana are both 3-round fighters. They're dangerous in the 3rd round. I will say that. Montana and Macy are both 3-round fighters. They're dangerous in that 3rd round. They are. Well, yeah, Gary Baldwin. That's why I put her up there on the list. I put Taylor on that list, man, because Taylor Santos is strong as hell, man. She's very physical, very, very sharp. Very, very good in the clinch. She's strong, man. Okay. I will answer your questions, BJ, and I'm going to answer them. So, yeah, I think she could out-grapple Montana. Hurting Montana, I don't think so. I mean, that's a maybe. I'll say that's a maybe, but it's kind of hard to hurt Montana. I'm going to give her that. Her chin is good. Can she out-grapple Montana? Yes. Now, was she getting into a firefight? Is it smart to get into a firefight? No. Could Montana win the firefight? Possibly. That's when the IQ comes into play. That's where Maverick comes in there and utilizes range and picks her shots. You know, it's about not fighting that fight, but fighting the smart fight. Rob Harris hit his voice. That's funny. He probably about to blow. He probably about to pop a gas. You know, BJ got a vein popping out his neck. Let me see. He ain't writing everything on all caps, but yeah, he making it known. But no, I give Montana some credit. Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, she tough as hell, but not the brightest. Not the brightest. Couldn't beat Myra Buena Silva. Should have. Didn't submit Andrea Lee when you had the chance. You know, you hurt her in that fight. You stood in front of Viviane Araújo. You know, Viviane Araújo, as we know, she gasses out, but you still couldn't submit her. Come on. And Miranda, she nullified the puncher. I mean, let's not forget that. I mean, she nullified the puncher in Macy Barber. I mean, she ripped the body of Liana Jojua. She ripped the body of Macy Barber. She took away the punching power of Macy Barber. She won the fight. She clearly won the fight. I mean, yeah, like the only thing I can say that would need to be worked on is I think pacing herself a little bit more in the gas tank. You know, just, you know, carrying muscle is a lot of work, you know, so make sure you can carry that muscle into the third round and kind of, you know, make sure it's balanced out. That's why I say, yeah, like, I can't really say there was anything in that fight against Macy that else she could have did except submit her or stop her, right? But, you know, we got sucky judges, so. Mark said Miranda has too much going on, 2 jobs, training, teaching on the side, helping on the farm. She needs to focus on MMA more to be her best. Yeah, I think, yeah, she does a lot. She does a lot. And I think to be better than she is, you know, which she's good, to be better than she is, yeah, it takes a lot of sacrifice. I mean, when you look at fighters like Valentina, yeah, you got to be 100% dedicated. Even the fighters that aren't champions, to reach a certain level, you know, even the fighters like Carla right now, they are dedicated 100% to the fight game. Andrea Lee 2.0, man. Okay, let me take this thing down here. I done put this picture in BJ's face enough, so I'm taking it down. Oh yeah, Mark. I've seen Clarissa Shields' opponent. She's fighting somebody that's, I think, 3-1 or 3-0. Hang on. I found that out like last month, actually. I was going to do a video, but I forgot. Hold on. I got the opponent right here. I think the opponent is from overseas. Hang on, Mark. I meant to send that to you. Where'd it go? Like, hang on. I had that article saved, but they had the name of Clarissa Shields' opponent. Hold on. She was supposed to come back August 27th, I thought. Yeah, August 27th. Clarissa's coming back August 27th. Oh, man, let me see. Damn it. Oh, excuse me. I just had that article too. There was I saw an opponent for Clarissa. They named her. It seemed like a good legit fighter for her too, man. It was like somebody that was like 3-1 or something like that. Yeah, Clarissa's listed to come back August 27th here. Yeah, Martina Genova. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Roger. Yeah, that's it. I can't find my article. I had and let me look at her record, cause let me see if she got a threatening record. Can't remember Genova. Yeah, Czech Republic. Yeah, somebody from over. Yeah, 3-1. Yeah, I was right about that. Yeah, she's 3-1. So this might be a dangerous opponent. This is what I think she needed, though. Clarissa needs to fight somebody that's kind of going through the same motions as her. She's fighting a Muay Thai fighter, though. You know, she's fighting a stand-up fighter, so you might see a lot of back and forth on the feet here. Yeah, Martina Genrova is 3-1. Her last fight was just last month. So yeah, that's gonna be well, Marcus says Genrova is gonna be fighting Caitlin Young now. Okay, they must switched it up. So wait, they got a card this week and then they got one on the 27th. What's going on? No, Caitlin Young is fighting a different fighter. Caitlin Young is fighting Marina Mokhtanina. Yeah. Caitlin Young is fighting a Russian girl, but Clarissa Shields is fighting a girl from the Czech Republic. Marina Genrova. And Caitlin is fighting a girl named Marina. She's fighting a girl from Bellator. That's why I knew that name sounded familiar. I couldn't pronounce it, but I was like, that name looks familiar. Yeah, Marina from Russia, I'm going to call her that, is fighting Caitlin Young in PFL. Yeah, because she just beat Amanda Bell. That's why Amanda Bell got cut. So, dang, she's moving. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, Marina's getting around, man. She's just won a fight in Bellator. Probably got cut, and because of the situation. Now she's in PFL fighting as a lightweight. Okay. She's taking on Caitlin Young this Friday. Yeah, Genrova, I was looking at some of her footage. Yeah, she's a Muay Thai fighter, kickboxer, coming from that background. So I think we're gonna see more of a stand-up fight. And yeah, right. We might see some kicks, head kicks and leg kicks here. That's gonna really show Clarissa a new look, which is good. Oh yeah, and Jenna Fabian is fighting on this card too. Okay, yeah. Yeah, man. So we got some good stuff coming up. We got this PFL card coming up this Saturday. Let me see before I say Saturday, August 19th. What is the 19th? Hold on. 10. Oh, there ain't no card this week. That's 10 days from now. That's next Thursday. Caitlin Young fights next Thursday. Yeah, I have to go back and look at some of this stuff on schedule. Yeah, I'll do another video, talking about this stuff on schedule because I'm just kind of like looking on the fly. So, all right, y'all. But yeah, man, 2-hour mark is here. I have got to go. I've got to eat. Yeah, Fabian is tough, man. She's 6 foot. She's a stand-up fighter. We'll see how she stands up to Kayla's strength, though. Kayla looked like she 175 when she come into a fight, man. For sure, man. But yeah, y'all, that's pretty much all I got tonight. Let's see, maybe be on tomorrow. We'll talk a little bit more. And yeah, shout out to the chat, everybody that comes in. Okay, guys, yeah, I have like a good 20 some people always coming in now. Appreciate that. But on the way out, just hit the like button and the subscribe now. And I keep coming through talking some WMMA or combat sports, whatever it is. Anything combat sports, I'm gonna start getting more on. Like I said, I might get on and talk the men's fights this past weekend. What's his name? Manel Cape, that flying knee. I gotta look at that clip again, man. But yeah, I'm starving right now, y'all. So let me get up out of here. Yep, like I said, just hit the like on the way out, guys. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.